There's nothing but complete darkness. The only sound is a distant blowing of wind. There is no set, no complicated structure, just the darkness. A single light source comes up on young woman, lying on her back. She opens her eyes and sits up, looking around. As she looks around, she begins unconsciously fidgeting, her hands grasping at each other, running her fingers through her hair. Her confusion and fear is as clear as day on her face. Shakily, she stands, brushing herself off.
Hello? Is there anyone else here?
Perhaps.
Maybe you're the somebody you're looking for.
And you are here.
Therefore, someone is here.
Or have you considered that you're not a someone?
What? Who are you? Where am I?
I have a lot of names.
Can you consider me hesitation?
Or perhaps I'm indecision.
Or perhaps you wish to call me by my favorite name.
Doubt.
Doubt chorus all make a sweeping gesture with their right arms and bow to young woman from the waist, with the exception of Doubt 4, who kisses her hand and gives her a smirk. Young woman jerks her hand away from Doubt 4, backing away from the group suspiciously.
You still haven't told me where I am.
You're nowhere.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does to me.
And it does to certain others.
Does it not make sense to you?
You've been somewhere, haven't you?
I asked you a question.
Yes, I've been somewhere.
Well, this is nowhere.
That doesn't make any sense.
You say that quite a lot.
Have you stopped to consider that it does make sense?
Perhaps everything around you is perfectly in line with everything else.
And you are the one that's nonsensical?
Have you thought of it that way before?
Is there a way out of here?
Doubt chorus grins as Doubt 5 steps to the center, next to one young woman, taking a fistful of dust and glitter, blowing it out to downstage center. There is a bright flash of light. Lights up on an empty kitchen. Despite the fact there is no one in the room, sounds are heard. A sizzling frying pan, a spoon bumping against the side of a pot, salt and pepper shakers, etc. The sound of shoes running on a wood floor are heard. Young woman enters, dressed the same as before, but is acting differently, like a small girl. There is a sheet of paper in her hand, a drawing of a tree with a cardinal sitting in the branches.
Mama!
Honey, you can't sneak up on me like that. Okay, what is it? Honey, did you draw this?
Mm-hmm.
It's so pretty, sweetie. That's the tree in our front yard.
Yep.
And there's the little cardinal that always comes every morning.
You like it?
I love it.
I'm gonna be an artist when I grow up.
That sounds like a fun idea, but don't get set on something so quickly.
What do you mean?
Well, it's good to have an idea of what you want to do when you grow up, but life can take you by surprise sometimes. Besides, just doing art doesn't seem like a good choice for your future.
But I like making art. It makes me happy.
It's good to have a job that makes you happy, but that's not the only thing to think about.
I don't want a job that's gonna make me sad.
Not very many artists make a lot of money. You need to be smart about your future. I don't want you to have to struggle to get by. I want you to have a good life.
When is dinner gonna be ready?
In about 15 minutes.
The sounds of sizzling and cooking resume as young woman, as a little girl, walks towards the exit, pausing to crumble her drawing into a ball and toss it into the trash. Lights up on young woman and Doubt chorus, standing in the same configuration as they were before, with Doubt 5 still standing next to young woman.
Your mother raised some good points, didn't she?
Perhaps she was right.
Whatever you're doing isn't going to work. You might as well stop trying.
Whatever I'm doing?
I wasn't aware I was doing something.
Tell me, what is it I'm doing?
It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Make me feel ashamed or get me to feel bad or whatever. It's not going to work. I don't see what's so funny.
Oh, you don't?
I think there's plenty to laugh at here.
If you don't see it, maybe I shouldn't explain it to you.
You're no help.
Thank you.
What was the point of that?
The point? Who said it had to have a point?
So you just showed me one of my own memories just because? For a laugh?
I certainly thought it was funny.
But that wasn't the purpose of me showing it to you.
So what was the point?
Why does there need to be a point?
Well, if you want one so badly,
Why not make up one yourself?
unless you can't think of a good one.
It won't be the same coming from me. I'm not the one who thought of bringing up that stupid memory, so I don't know why it's important. You brought it up. You know the reason.
Reason. Such a funny thing, isn't it? Reason.
Does anything really need a reason?
Is a reason still a reason if it's made up?
Is something only a reason if it's made up?
If it's made up, then do you consider that to be a reason?
To reason or not to reason, that is the question.
So what's the decision? Is it made up or
Good point. Thinking on that, I'll have to.
For what reason did you have for wanting to become an artist?
Reason? I never thought.
Thought? Who said reason and thought are connected?
What? Practically everyone says that
What made you want to be an artist? Don't think about it, just say it.
because I enjoyed it. Because I felt something in me saying that it's what I was supposed to do, and it just made me feel good, and I liked it.
Was your mother correct in saying that you weren't going to make it as an artist?
I actually didn't study art. I dropped it.
You stopped enjoying it? Are you lying to me or are you lying to yourself? Perhaps you think trying to convince yourself of something will convince me as well. Or are you thinking the opposite? Do you think that if I believe it, it'll become easier for you as well? So which is it?
Neither. I'm not lying.
You should know that I'm not as easy to fool as you think. I bear a striking resemblance to you, wouldn't you say?
We are nothing alike.
Perhaps we aren't.
Doubt 5 once again throws up their hand, and another cloud of dust and glitter emerges from their palm.
But then again,
Perhaps we are.
Lights up once again on young woman as a preteen, standing in the center of the stage, holding a painting and smiling. Tacked to the corner of the painting is a white ribbon with a golden number 3 stitched into it. There is a sound of chattering people and clicking cameras.
Congratulations to our winners, and thank you to all who entered. We look forward to seeing your work in our next competition.
Okay. Can you three stand together, please? Tallest in the middle.
Young woman as a preteen shifts a bit, like she's posing for a picture, standing with her back straight and her smile wide. Lights flash, the sound of a clicking camera.
Thank you. That'll be all. Congratulations, kids.
Congratulations. Your painting is really pretty.
Thanks, Alice. You too. It's really, really well done, and your color choices are just terrific.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thanks. You too. They're both really good artists. They should be proud. Better artists than me. No, that's not fair to them. Or fair to me. I mean, it's true, isn't it? The principal just confirmed it. Told the whole school that they're both more talented than me. Than I'll ever be.
Mom! Dad!
They look really proud.
Alice, one of the judges, works for an art museum, and she's doing a special exhibit on children's art. She'd like to talk to you about showcasing your painting.
Really?
Congratulations, sweetie.
So what do you want to do to celebrate, kiddo? I'm thinking ice cream.
I kinda wanna go home.
Young woman is quiet as she looks around at Doubt Chorus, trying to find the right words to express her annoyance, but comes up empty. Her humiliation and anger are as clear as day on her face. Finally, she takes a breath, still very irritated.
Well, this has been just great, but I think we're done.
Is that really what you think?
Yes, that is precisely what I think.
Are you being honest with me?
Or with yourself?
Don't answer too quickly. You might hurt yourself.
I am done with your stupid questions. I am done with you trying to push my buttons, and I am done running around in circles with you. I am leaving, so don't try and stop me.
Wouldn't dream of it. Welcome back.
Were you lonely without me?
Are you certain you want to go that way?
That didn't last long.
Having fun yet?
What the hell do you want from me?
What do you want from yourself?
Excuse me?
Do you not want anything?
Everyone has to want something out of their lives.
Do you not?
What? Of course I do.
Perhaps there's something wrong with you. Don't you know what you want?
Yes.
Then what is it?
I don't have to tell you anything.
You don't have to tell me anything. I don't want to know anything.
That is a lie, and you know it.
Is it though?
Why else would you ask me? You've done nothing but ask me questions I don't want to answer, and it has gotten on my last nerve. You want to know something, and dancing around the subject isn't going to stop me from recognizing that.
Dancing around the subject.
Eerie music begins to play as Doubt 4 takes young woman's hand, and the two begin a strange, hypnotic waltz. It's unclear who is leading.
Am I the one dancing? Do I know the steps?
Doubt 4 steps away and is replaced by Doubt 3.
Or is someone else teaching me?
What do you mean?
Doubt 2 is still off to the side watching young woman dancing with Doubt 3. Periodically, the doubt that young woman is dancing with will leave and be replaced with another doubt.
Have you considered that you're the one leading me in the dance?
It becomes clear after they say this that young woman is indeed the one leading the waltz.
I know that I'm dancing. I'm in the center of the floor, but I'm not leading. I'm dancing alongside someone else. Someone who knows the dance well enough to dance it with her eyes closed.
The doubt that young woman is dancing with fans her out to the side and lets go of her hand, while Doubt 2 places a blindfold over her eyes.
And perhaps she is. Perhaps she can't see what's directly in front of her. Has she closed her eyes? Does she have her hands over her ears? And if that's the case, what does it even matter?
Doubt 2 and young woman stop dancing, and Doubt 2 leaves young woman where she is, dancing alone and blind in the middle of the space.
Don't you think she knows the dance by heart? Does she even need to hear the music? See her partner? Does she even want to be on the dance floor?
Stop.
Is she here because she wants to be? Did someone else push her onto the floor? Does she know how to leave it?
With each question, Doubt 2 is stepping closer to her until they are directly next to her.
That's the beauty of it. I think she does know how. It's just 5 steps and she's no longer on the dance floor. And she'd be able to see it if she would just open her eyes.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but if you don't stop and tell me how to get out of here right now, I'll...
My.
What will you do?
What are you capable of doing?
A lot more than you think. You don't believe me.
I never said that, did I?
I never said I believed you.
I never said I didn't.
Why did you assume that I didn't?
Was that simply what you wanted to think?
The young woman is silent, pensive, thoughtful as Doubt 5 once again moves to stand by her, another fistful of glitter and dust in their grip.
You can do more than I think. Isn't that true?
It's nighttime. There is a bed placed upstage center, along with a door at stage left. There is very little lighting as young woman enters the room, carrying a backpack and wearing a hoodie over her regular costume. She looks behind her as if waving someone else into the room before closing the door. She looks exhausted as she sets her backpack down at the foot of the bed and sits down on the mattress. In addition to exhaust, there's also a very nervous expression on her face, and she keeps glancing around, almost in desperation, like someone who was caught red-handed looks for someone to help give them an out. She looks at the space next to her, like she's looking at someone, and the nervous look on her face deepens.
So, what are you in the mood to do now?
I just want to sleep.
There is a sound of shifting fabric, and young woman bats a hand at her shoulder like she's swatting a bug, before she looks back at the space next to her, giving it a look that says, "I'm serious, I don't want to play this game." Jason sighs, and young woman pulls back the covers, tilting her head like she is watching someone lay down, and then lays down herself, pulling the covers over and closing her eyes. There is a beat before she quickly opens them again and sits up.
What on earth are you doing?
It's all right. It's just me.
No, absolutely not.
Come on, you seem really stressed. Thought we could have a bit of fun.
Your parents, they're just down the hall. They might hear us.
Young woman shifts downward onto her bed and looks up like someone is lying on top of her.
We can be quiet.
No.
You said that you were too tired to go to the after party. We gotta have some fun tonight.
I don't want to.
Young woman's leg bends, so her foot is resting on the mattress, and she shudders like someone is touching her as Jason says his next line.
Well, let me change your mind.
Young woman trembles before shoving the space in front of her. There is a thud.
I said no!
What the hell is wrong with you? You've been such a drag all night. I thought you'd be up for...
I am not up for anything. Jason, this isn't working. I can't do this anymore.
You're breaking up with me?
Yes.
But why? We're so good together. For each other.
We're not good together. You might think we are, but we're not. This just doesn't feel right for me.
Have I done something? I can make it up to you. I can make you see that this is a mistake, and I'm the best person for you.
Jason, don't make this harder than it has to be. It's nothing you've done. It's me. I've got to do what's best for me.
No, look, we can work this out. You can't leave me. I need you.
Don't do this.
Look, if you stay, I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. I promise that I can convince you that I'm what's best for you.
Let go of me.
No, not until you see that this is a mistake. Not until you see how selfish you're being. This is bad for both of us.
Young woman wriggles until her arms are free and gives a mighty push. A stack of books, boxes, etc. in the corner falls over, likely connected to a cord that's being pulled off stage. Young woman is panting, terrified, as she looks to the corner, but before Jason has a chance to do anything, she speaks. There is fear in her voice, but does her best to speak clearly.
It's over.
Young woman dashes to the door, rushing out and slamming it behind her. Young woman is standing once again in the center of the stage. Doubt Chorus are in the positions they were in before the previous scene. Doubt 5 still standing next to young woman, their hand on her shoulder. She thinks for a moment, her distressed expression becoming more prominent the more she thinks. After a few moments of silence, she shifts herself out of Doubt 5's hand, moving them away.
Why did you show me that? That was one of the most embarrassing and most terrifying moments of my life.
That took real strength.
I'm sorry, what? You bring me to this godforsaken void, keep me from leaving, show me memories of the most confusing and painful times of my life, and now you have the nerve to compliment me and say that I'm strong? What are you trying to do to my head?
Nothing. Nothing you haven't already done.
Excuse me?
How did you get here?
What? You brought me here.
Did I?
Yes, you must have. I don't know anything about this damn place, so it must have been you.
Bold of you to assume I know anything more than you do.
What?
What makes you think I know anything more than you do?
Well, you keep talking like you know me. Like you know this place. You're carrying yourself in a way that would only suggest that you're 2 steps ahead of me. You know exactly what's going on. Admit it. Oh, now you're giving me the silent treatment. Run out of clever retorts?
You want answers. You want to know how you entered this place. You want to know how to leave. Perhaps you know more than I do, but perhaps there's still a chance you're not admitting it to yourself.
Doubt 5 throws the fistful of glitter, but there is no blackout. Instead, the lights change to a cacophony of shifting chaos centered around young woman, who remains still as the scene blooms around her. There are sounds of people talking and chatting, while the sound of rhythmic footsteps on pavement play under them. After a few minutes of the crowd talking and chatting, young woman's voice is heard. She is not speaking. It's a voiceover.
I'm late again. I've been late so many times now. Took too long to get out of bed this morning. Always takes too long to get out of bed. It's too hard to get out of bed sometimes. I just want to sleep. Why is there nothing in me? My chest feels tight, like someone squeezing a fist around my heart. Why can't I feel anything? No, this is fine. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I just need to focus. I can do this. I'm doing just fine. It's cold. I should have worn a bigger coat. I should have worn gloves. I should have worn a life vest. I'm drowning. I'm drowning and I don't have a life vest. No, stop it. This is fine. This is fine. I'm fine. This is fine. Everything is...
No!
The lights dim. The sound of the car swells and wanes. There is the sound of young woman screaming. Diving into a metal pole, a loud clang. Young woman puts her hand on her head and looks around. When the lights come back up, Doubt Chorus is once again standing by her.
Do you see now why you're here?
I haven't changed my mind. You're the reason I'm here. This is all your fault.
Do you really think that?
Yes.
Are you as smart as you pretend to be if you've learned nothing?
Are you blaming me because it's my fault? Is it your fault? Are you deflecting? Does it even matter who takes the blame?
Stop it.
Did you know what you were doing when you stopped in the crosswalk? Did you want to stay? Did you want to be hit?
No!
Then why did you stop in the road? Why didn't you keep walking?
I'm not going to answer that.
Why didn't you go through with it?
Stop!
Where are you going?
Why aren't you moving forward with your life?
What do you plan to do with yourself?
I don't want to play this game with you anymore.
What are you keeping from me?
From yourself.
What do you want from your life?
I don't want to answer that.
Don't want to answer?
Is it a matter of what?
Shut up!
Are you lying to me?
Are you lying to yourself?
Stop!
Do you even know who you are?
Please stop it!
Where are you going?
What do you want?
I'm begging you, please!
Who
are you?
I don't know!
Her sudden outburst causes Doubt Chorus to go silent, and the lights dim as she lowers herself to her knees, utterly worn out. Slowly, Doubt Chorus backs away, leaving young woman seemingly alone.
I don't know.
She is left alone briefly, sitting in her own sense of worthlessness and self-pity, before a hand appears on her shoulder. It's Doubt 2. Another hand is on her other shoulder. Doubt 5. Slowly, the rest of Doubt Chorus gather around her, sitting with her while she either cries or sits numbly in silence. Finally, the silence is broken.
First step to moving forward. Admitting that you don't know.
Mama? What's the matter, baby?
I look weird.
It's just your reflection, honey.
Reflection?
It's just like when I brush your hair at home and you see another you looking back at you. But it's not real. You're still you out there.
I'm still me. No matter what happens, I'm still me.